what should women in their mid-40s start thinking about if they notice the first signs of physical changes happening? Like, for example, a heavier menstrual flow, or that fatigue that you're going to be talking to us about, or the weight gain, or the reduced strength. You know, opening that jar of pickles is a lot harder than it used to
It
be.
is. It is.
So,
So the first thing I would say is to not automatically assume that there's something wrong with you or that your body's broken. I think so many of us, when things start to go wrong, assume that we've done something wrong, that our body doesn't work properly, that our hormones are out to get us. And that is very rarely true. Our bodies are always working to try to get us towards health, but they need certain conditions to be met in order to do that. So the first thing I encourage for any woman in her 40s, if you're not already tracking, is to start tracking your menstrual cycle. We need to know how often it's coming. We need to know how long it lasts. And then if you're starting to see physical changes, make note of that, because that's going to be really helpful information for you to see what's happening over time. It's also super helpful information if you go see your gynecologist or your doctor or your naturopathic doctor. You're already ahead of the game if you have some of that tracked information.
yeah, very important.
Yeah, one of the things that I often see happening is that because we're talking more about perimenopause and menopause, which is a wonderful thing, but I'm also seeing that we're starting to blame everything on perimenopause.
Yeah.
And so if you're starting to notice that your body's changing, if you're noticing that your mood is changing or whatever you're noticing, I always encourage you to go back to, am I giving my body the basic necessities it needs to be healthy? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I drinking enough water? Am I moving my body every day? And am I feeding my body regularly? Because this is another thing, is that when we're in our 40s, our habits do start catching up with us. And if you've been kind of ignoring your health and prioritizing work and family and kind of ignoring your own needs, your body is going to start to have to say something about that. And so I always encourage women to circle back to those basic things. And then once we have all that information, then we can really work together to figure out, are these things actually signs of perimenopause? Or are they that you haven't gotten enough sleep for the past 10 years, or you've been skipping breakfast and surviving off coffee? So that's where I would start, is just like some honesty around our habits, doubling down and prioritizing those habits, because a lot of the symptoms that happen can often be really reduced by some just really good basic lifestyle habits.
Thank you for that. I think that's very true about blaming menopause for just about everything because there are so many symptoms associated with menopause. I think there's over 30 of them last time I looked into this.